Good afternoon, folks. Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Legacies. Today we are playing a donation deck list from, I believe, Fine and Andy. We are going to be playing Applejacks, which is a specific name that refers to Orcus Lumberjack and its ability to, be Black Lotus. So we're looking to use Orcish Lumberjack to power out an early Natural Order or Titania. And there are some synergies this deck built around a sacrifice sub-theme. Veteran Explorer and Cabal Therapy being some of the most obvious ones, but Corvald, Fey Cursed King being another one. To just read this one real quick, since a lot of people aren't familiar with it, when it enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Corvald and draw a card. This version of the deck is a little bit weird in that it's also playing a Life from the Loam package. This is primarily, I guess, so that you have continuous food for like Corvald and Tireless Tracker. Although it also does some things with these like Remnant Excavators and like Dryad Arbor, Cabal Therapy is like, I guess, a thing. The Life from the Loam seem a little bit weird to me at first glance. Dr. Bill, welcome and thank you very much for your continued support. Um, it still like baffles me every time I see these like long-term subscribers who have like streaks that are more than 2 years at this point. Um, that's just kind of crazy to me. It's really appreciated. Hope all is well with the family at home. We have a few other main deck tutor targets, such as Scavenging Ooze, and we're primarily looking to dump Archon of Valor's Reach into play versus combo decks, and hope that's enough to beat them. In the sideboard, we have a handful of things that are essentially Blue Hate, Choke, Carpet, and Veil, and then we just have a handful of things for specific matchups and cards. Leyline for the various combo decks that Legacy has to offer, and Pyroblast for Okos. Otherwise, we get Teague for a Green Sun target in the post-sideboard games to mice some wins versus decks like Storm, and a K command because, like, you're going to be in these colors. Why not? Notably, it appears that I do not have a single white source in this deck, so I am a true Jund deck, so I cannot cast Archon of Valor's Reach if I draw it. I guess that's something that's important to know. I wonder if that's a deck building error that I should address right now. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Put a Savannah in there, pull a Forest out, just so that, like, on the off chance that I draw that, I have a backdoor way to actually draw it. Export this deck list and then put the new deck list into Cardboard Live real quick, and then we'll get going. I just will kick myself if at any point in the league that Archon is in my hand and like I can't theoretically cast it. That will be mental damage that will never be able to be undone. Whereas if I get a Savannah Wastelanded, like, yeah, whatever. That I can live with. Okay, I think that's all that I have to say about the deck. Let's just go ahead and hop into a league with Applejacks. Oh, I bet I want to mute my Moto sound. There, that'll mute my Moto sounds. Hard to remember to switch all of my settings when I go back and forth between streaming Monster Train and Magic, because it can save most of the settings separately, but not all of them separately. Oh, this hand has a turn 2 Sylvan Library. I feel pretty dead to any combo deck. So glad I did that. So glad. Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Go ahead and get the non-basic here. Not super scared of Wasteland after seeing Flooded Strand. More likely that we're playing against something like a Standstill deck or Miracles than a deck with Wastelands. Could be wrong, but that's the current thought. Force of Negation, pitching a Daze. My opponent has played around a Spirit Guide here. Either that or they have something like a Standstill or a Tarmogoyf that they want to play this turn. So losing and is costly. I'm going to play the thing that trades with Dreadhorde in combat. And I'm going to hold Veteran Explorer back so that my opponent can't really attack. I am slightly surprised that they're just letting me block with this Veteran Explorer. Now I have access to all of my colors, even if I get Wastelanded. Do I play this card into Daze? Oh, play it around Daze pretty easily. But this Lightning Bolt is good against my other plays. I don't know, like playing Ramming Up, getting a land out of it, then getting it bolted is okay. Means that the Orcish Lumberjack lives unless they have another bolt. And if that lives, I can cast an Archon of Valor's Reach around Daze next turn, or a Corvald around Daze next turn. Maybe that's fine. There's also a world where, like, my opponent for some reason decides to counter this, so that I don't get a land drop. That works very well for me. Cabal Therapy probably ends up being one of my better draws. This is Bolt ThrabenU. A bit of a nuisance. um, like Corvald this turn. I'm not going to fetch yet. I don't want to expose this card to. Oh, wow, it just resolved. That's very good. I guess the Badlands can go. I want to keep the Wooded Foothills because it's access to white. Alright, we have a lot of top end. Maybe I do sacrifice Wooded Foothills now and put another counter on it now. Because then if I draw a land, I can also play a land. Because I haven't done that this turn yet. Now I can get this to a 7/7. It's correct to grab Savannah here, even though it exposes it to Oko. I can now Green Sun for 1, so that I can have a Veteran Explorer at the ready. I think I do that. That's something to sacrifice to this next turn. You had a brainstorm, and you didn't brainstorm in response to Corvald? Did what the fuck? That one seems like it's your fault, friend. Fire Blast is probably good. Carpet is probably good. Choke, Veil, K Command are possibilities, although this is probably too many cards to actually sideboard in. I don't love Sylvan Library since our life total is going to be under pressure. I don't love natural order since our opponent has so many counter spells. Like, it's another way to sacrifice Veteran Explorer, which is kind of cool, but like Veteran Explorer is going to just like block to kill itself a lot of the time. I can definitely see going down one or two Orcish Lumberjacks since I'm bringing in Carpet of Flowers. TES Jesus. Sure they have Veil. Are they going to play Veil? That's something that's actually good. Eh? Like Veil stops Therapy and Decay, and that's like it from my deck. And I guess this one sideboard K command. I don't know that they're playing Veil. Against me specifically, that is. Maybe I don't get to choke my opponent when I'm on the draw. Yeah, maybe I don't want to be sacrificing my own lands. Like maybe the way I'm winning is just like hard casting a bunch of big dumb stuff. By just like surviving by playing a control / ramp game for a little while. I don't know how many Orcish Lumberjacks is correct to cut. And is very good with one more land, and Dryad Armor is kind of one more land. Um, 23 lands remaining in 50 cards. I think I'm fine with this. Like, double Abrupt Decay is so much insurance. Beautiful. Oh my god, Carpet Flowers resolved. Nice. I'm just gonna take a draw this turn. I still can make my land drop. Yeah. Karen Fox, thank you very much for your support. Hope you are enjoying the content. We'll go ahead and dredge the loam this turn. Holy fuck, Carpet of Flowers is a good magic card. The second one of those is admittedly a little bit annoying. What the hell? Okay. I really thought you'd want to protect the loyalty on your Oko, but I know. Hmm. This turn's a little bit awkward, but probably fine. Notably, I don't have a basic planes, which is what makes this turn weird. I mean, yes. My opponent has conceded to that. Uh, just gonna be honest, I don't think my opponent played that match well. I don't think you force this Cabal therapy. Like, I think you just let that one happen. You have Force of Negation and Daze. Like, my first likely name is probably Force of Will, and then when I flash it back, if you have multiple things or something that you, like, really need to protect, you can counter then. Like, opponent had two counter spells in hand, didn't answer early Carpet of Flowers. No, I do not have basic planes in this deck list. I have one white source, one Savannah. Nope, not sick. This blanket's just comfortable. Hope you all are having a good day. It is Friday. I think I have takeout sushi to look forward to tonight. I think that's the big weekend plan. Hey Minifer, hope you're doing well. Let's see, what's going on in my life? Playing a lot of Monster Train still. Game's great. Really been enjoying making content for that. Um, been playing a GameCube game, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, with the girlfriend. Not every night, but pretty close to it. That's kind of our like cooperative gaming experience. Yeah. So like Gauntlet Dark Legacy is one of those games that I don't know how many times I've played through it, but it's one of those things where like I have a weekend where like a buddy's crashing at my house, like we make a new character, we play through that. I have a new girlfriend who doesn't do a lot of gaming, like this is a great game to play with them. Like I absolutely love it. Loverboy, I'm not surprised that you're seeing more Allurin, right? It was just featured on Channel Fireball, so our platforms. Blue Wizard needs food badly. Yes. Also, it also teaches you cooperation because like Gauntlet is a game that's really interesting in that your resources are limited and you don't full heal after every level. So, like for example, I'm like a level 30 character right now, and I think after an average level, I'm sitting at about 2,000 health when I have like closer to 3,500 health. So the way that you choose to like split the resource of food, which is your healing items, between the two players in between rounds, or like as rounds are going, is actually like really interesting. So I've been enjoying that a lot. Like I'm playing the wizard and she's playing the Valkyrie, so like I'm getting more of the potions and she's getting more of the health. Um, I always take the X-ray glasses because I remember to use them. Oh man, Overcooked. All right, let's talk about Overcooked when I get a minute. That game's great. I don't think my hand does anything. Like if I draw a land, I have turn four natural order, assuming this doesn't get like bolted or anything. But like, stand's pretty sketchy. I think I'm just gonna mulligan and try to find something a little safer. Yeah, I will very happily keep this and I think throw back the mountain. Phyrexian Tower is also like not very good right now. Yeah, maybe I just throw back Phyrexian Tower so I can have a triple basic opener. Yeah, so I got Overcooked 2, and I don't know, I probably have like 40 hours in of playing that with my girlfriend. That game's really fun. My girlfriend referred to it as like couples therapy because we have to like communicate and work together. My strategy is do all of the things optimally to the best of my ability. Her strategy is talk. So it's an interesting combo. No, TS Jesus, I don't, right? Because I can either sacrifice the Dryad Arbor for Natural Order's effect, or I can sacrifice it for mana, but I can't sacrifice it to do both of those things. We're totally fine if we're playing against a fair deck, and we're very much not fine if we're playing against an unfair deck. Um, don't echo me, bro. Echo. Echo would be rough. It sweeps my life from the loam and gets rid of my hand before I get to decay that. I do not care about Chalice of the Void. I will not do that. Slow this game down. Kill Narset. Seems fine. So, um, pronunciation there, Hoagland? Hoagland? I'm gonna say Hoagland until you let me know. Um, Gloomhaven was the big thing that my girlfriend and I played for like months and months and months. It's sort of a Dungeons and Dragons in a box sort of thing that's cooperative. Um, we we loved that for I don't know. We played it really for the better portion of a year, probably like 8 months, very consistently every weekend for a couple hours. That was uh, that was something we enjoyed a ton for like cooperative tabletop stuff. Oh well, awesome. Then you know what I'm talking about. You get it. This is a weird turn because I can nuke Emery or I can nuke the Chalice, and it's complicated by the fact that this Echo is in there. If my opponent echoes and gives me a new hand, I'm probably okay with that. Like, I will find a new threat, but I don't think I can let them spiral the game out of control with this. Aeon's End. I will write that down because I'm not familiar with that one. I play a lot of Dominion. I just have the base set. Um, my girlfriend and I play that once every week or two. Get a lot of fun with it. Regal Cheap, thank you very much for the continued support. I mean, I love me some Lovecraft. Like, I listened to his entire collected works as audiobooks over, I guess it was 2 years ago now, or closer to a year and a half. Um, eh. I enjoy like gothic horror sorts of things, like Lovecraft and Poe a ton. Color Out of Space is an amazing story and an interesting Nicolas Cage movie. I don't know if it's correct to say good Nicolas Cage movie because, you know, Nicolas Cage is kind of his own animal. But it's entertaining in the way that Nicolas Cage movies are. The visuals in it are really interesting. Yes, I mean I am of the opinion that all Nicolas Cage movies are good movies, but like, damn, like you know what you're getting yourself into when you like watch a Nicolas Cage movie, right? Like they all have the same plot. So like Nicolas Cage is this slightly eccentric guy with family problems to start with, and then all of a sudden he has some sort of situation that his particular skills are important for. So he begins some sort of low key quest to start solving those problems, and he patches up his relationship issues with his family on the way while finding a couple of times to go and like do some batshit crazy stuff. War chess. Also not familiar with that. I've played Mansions of Madness, not played Moons of Madness. It's a shame I can't play this Veteran Explorer, do this Chalice, or I could probably do some crazy things next turn. I still might be able to. Um, Abrupt Decay, Chalice with 2 mana, play Veteran Explorer with 1 mana, sacrifice Veteran Explorer, have 3 mana, 5 mana total, play Titania. Yeah, maybe I can still make some stuff work. Ono has another Echo Vions though, which is like, eh. A second Veteran Explorer? What does that do? I don't know what it does, but like, we'll figure it out. The other thing I can do is just like cast Archon by sacrificing Tireless Tracker and name artifact. Wonder if that's good. I wonder if that's better than what I'm doing. Because otherwise, give my opponent a bunch of mana. Oh, I also have questing beast lines. Okay, let's think about questing beast lines. Because that thing can't block questing, right? Okay. 2 mana, Abrupt Decay. 1 mana, Veteran Explorer. 3 mana after sacrificing, get 2 more lands. Have 5 total mana, Green Sun, kill Karn. Yeah! I have not played Neoverse. This is kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on with. Oh, they're better now. I think I need to attack and kill the Karn, even though I'm about to get like Narset echoed. Because the Karn represents Mycosynth Lattice, I don't get to cast more spells. Oh, right. Questing Beast has so much text. Not attack with Tireless Tracker. I think that's one of the first times that I've shot a Questing Beast, or shot a Planeswalker with Questing Beast. It has not happened in a very long time. I think since Renin 6 was legal. Was it? Maybe I'm wrong. Whatever that symbol is. That before or after Renin 6 got banned. Okay, it must have been like right when Oko came out then. Like I haven't done a Questing Beast connection kill a Planeswalker in eons. Might have to chump block a construct this turn. Okay, yeah. So there was a 1 month window. Life is hard without all these clues. That's for sure. Uh, yeah, November of last year feels like more than a year ago. It's been a long couple of months. I killed Karn to avoid getting lattice locked, and then I got lattice locked off Narset Echo anyway. That's okay. Like, oof. Pyroblast seems great. Teague seems great. K-Command seems okay to good. Oof seems crippling. Choke, Carpet of Flowers are probably okay. Veil, probably not. Choke doesn't hit all of their mana sources, but like they have a lot of islands. Honestly, it seems like a lot of my cards are fine to good here. Some portion of these one drops are getting trimmed, both for Chalice of the Void and for like efficacy reasons. Life from the Loam seems kind of bad against what they're doing. Seems like I can trim this stuff a little bit. I don't know, maybe like we're just like chump blocking with Veteran Explorers. Cabal Therapy seems like it's going to be pretty hard to use in this matchup. I think I'm going to cut the Ooze because I'd rather Green Sun for Oof in the vast majority of scenarios anyway. Let's cut one Ramunap to keep one more Veteran Explorer in there as a chump blocker accelerator for me. And call this good. Yeah. Also, like, holy shit, I'm so glad that I added that Savannah. Now the real question is, like, do I play Orcish Lumberjack on one? Because I can just play Titania on turn two. Probably play Orcish Lumberjack on one, play Titania on two, return a land, play Carpet, then take turn three Teague. Yeah! Yeah, let's do that. I'm a lumberjack. I don't know the rest of the words of this song. Now it's just like, don't force it, will me? Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Fine and Andy. In case Titania gets Force of Willed, I can play Carpet of Flowers in first main phase, then move to second main phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Carpet is a great Magic card. Great, great, great Magic card. Okay, seems good. Yeah, this deck is pretty silly. Is elementals trample? No, they are chump blockable. Wow, opponent just took 10 to the dome there. So at their end step, I'll sacrifice a forest to make another elemental. Construct's a little annoying. Hmm. Kind of feels like I wait my opponent out here. Okay, I can attack with two elementals. They lose a Thopter. I lose an elemental this turn. That doesn't seem great. I can attack with... Yeah, I think I just try to go wide of them by attacking with everything. I maybe attack with the Veteran Explorer this turn. Put them to 5. I don't think they can block it and give me more lands. Because I like every one of those lands represents another 5/3. But having this as a chump blocker for a construct is also totally fine. I think I'm just going to wait them out. I have so many draws like Green Sun, Natural Order, Questing Beast, Corrupt Decay that are just like insane as well. I don't have to worry about them like echoing or carning or even chalicing. So that's really nice. Lol, Force of Will. Yeah, I guess Green Sun is off with Teague. Wonder if Ivana just attacked with too many things there, by the way. That feels like lethal. Attack with everything. Yeah, seems like that's lethal since they went all out with Thopters. Just to confirm, they have 4 things. They block my 4 largest things. They take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. They have to have like a Force of Will, which they can't cast due to Gaddock Teague. Seems like dead. Opponent got greedy, was trying to push too much damage via Thopters, I think. They were way too close to dead to be that aggressive. Um, if a situation kind of like that one comes up again, having 1 Ramunap in the deck. Oh no, I still do have 1 Ramunap in the deck. Okay, so that's fine. I wonder if my life total is under just like a little too much pressure to play 2 Sylvan Libraries. I don't know if Choke is good on the draw. I think I like having 1 more chump blocker on the draw. Sylvan weaker versus Narset. That's a good point. Maybe I should just play like 1 life from Loam, 1 Oop, something like that. Yeah, maybe on the draw, play a couple more threats. The Applejack portion of the name comes from Orcish lumberjack. Yeah, I have a collector oof in my opening hand, and I can cast it on turn 2 off Dryad Arbor. Keep. Corvald is really good when Corvald works. Corvald doesn't always work, but like it spirals out of control very quickly. Like it gets out of range of like double lightning bolts, oftentimes like in a single turn cycle. It does some work. Hmm. It's annoying. Holy shit! Why would you not sinkhole me when you have the opportunity to sinkhole me? What the fuck? What? Cool. Joke. Joke seems real good. And imagine what this game looks like if Walking Ballista kills Dryad Arbor. SCK. I had choke in play for their 2 islands. Their land that they just played was an artifact, so it couldn't be tapped for mana due to Collector Oof. And they also sacrificed a City of Traders in order to do that. So like they cost themselves 2 mana by playing a land. They were uh they were pretty dead. Turn 1, Bayou. I'm keeping this hand. I have to figure out how to play it out. So turn 1, Bayou Cabal Therapy, name like Force of Will. Turn 2, Green Sun for X equals 1, get Veteran Explorer. Cabal Therapy. One other card that's in their hand. Then play Orcish Lumberjack off a mountain. The opponent probably plays Noble Hierarch on one. This Cabal Therapy becomes really awkward because of that brainstorm. Oh yeah, we had our fun. We're moving on. So I'm wondering if there's worlds where I don't actually Cabal Therapy my opponent here. And I save my Veteran Explorer to sacrifice 2 Phyrexian Tower on the following turn. So I can try to have a very large Tireless Tracker turn. The awkward thing about that is that if opponent brainstorms into Swords to Plowshares, my House of Cards kind of falls apart. think I'd do it anyway. It's just like an incredibly good Swords of Plowshares from my opponent's side of the board now. They played a land that I didn't know about. Questing Beast still in my opponent's hand? What level are they playing on? Let's find out. I don't think the Starfish Lumberjack does anything sexy for me. Alright, so they have. I saw those before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Their hand is very good. Oko plus Ice Fang Coatl is a great combination here. Like, turn this into an elk and then have Death Touch. Yeah, Colby, Applejacks is not a deck that sees a lot of love. Oh my god. I'm gonna get to eat this Uro. I'm gonna get to eat this Uro. Gathering Ooze is a hungry boy. Wow. Okay. Will opponent trade Ice Fang for Tireless Tracker if I attack? I think I send Tireless Tracker at their face before doing anything else, and then eat as many times as I can with Ooze and Abrupt Decay Oko. I think I'm just fine with this trade. I think I just like don't want them to have more Oko activations. I don't know if you've heard, but that card's like pretty okay. Kind of sucks that I got the mountain rather than another forest now, but I don't think I could have foreseen this exact situation. So, make sure I click the right thing there. Burrow, green. Lose is very large after this turn. Yep, it's good. Oh, this is a library. Oh god, they got another Oko. That's rough. I think Oko is scarier than library, but it's close. HC Fox, that 2 turns ago, if I decay the snake, I don't get to kill Oko that turn, and I don't know how that ends up working out for me as this game goes long. Like, when you're playing a fair deck, an Oko sitting on the board and being live versus you, just like terrifying. That's a protectable threat via Caracas that domes me for 4 a turn, while Sylvan Library is also a thing. Not the best. We're looking for like a Green Sun, Tireless Tracker, something of that general ilk. I need a big Haymaker card, and I need it quickly. The third one? Oh, Plague Engineer. Okay. Resolves. Yeah, I mean, it pulls 2 lands out of our deck for like the 0.7% chance of getting a better card. That's rough. That's a very large threat. We got out Haymakered. So, like, opponent had Questing Beast, Oko that I answered, and I had Tireless Tracker Ooze that my opponent answered. So like I answered three, my opponent answered two. They stuck the fourth haymaker and they won. Pyroblast seems great. Choke is probably still good enough. Carpet is probably still good enough. Veil probably not so much. K command probably good enough. I'm gonna plan on just like not Cabal therapying my opponent, I don't think. Just like planning on like blocking with veteran explorers to get them out. I mean, the reason why Oko didn't like Oko hitting the table and then not immediately ending the game was because I immediately answered it twice. Hmm. Maybe I don't want two chokes. Maybe one choke. Nope. Yep. Third land goes here, I think. Whoever just followed, thank you for following. I appreciate the support. I'll get your name in a minute. ThrabenU, thank you very much for following. Nice, nice. I'll play Orcish Lumberjack as the bait here. Yeah, fine and Andy. I don't think we like need to YOLO as much as possible. Whatever, we got an Oko out of that interaction. That's fine with me. I have 6 to 7 mana next turn if Orcish Lumberjack doesn't die, which it did not. Oh god, yeah, you 100% like have to counter a library in these sorts of matchups. Like that's not negotiable. I'm gonna black mana next turn if I do this, but I get 1 point of damage in via attacks if I do this. Actually, it's just better to draw a card. No, maybe I'm attacking and playing Orcish Lumberjack. No, a redraw is really nice if they just have a removal spell for Tireless Tracker, and I don't redraw immediately. I may be supposed to crack Heat there. No. Gonna do this now. So I don't ask for a lot, but that was a little rough there. Like, luckily, I get like more Tireless Tracker redraws, assuming it doesn't die or get elked or something. But Oko is pretty damn good against me right now. Yep. Oh my god. One, two, three, four, five effective mana draws in a row is really frustrating. At this point, I kind of feel like I need to attack Oko, trade these, just play another creature to the board, and then hope to Abrupt Decay Oko. Maybe they'll elk my lumberjack. They really valued taking the previous one off the table. JK, they get their own elk. I'm probably nearing the point where I can't come back from the Oko unless I top deck well this turn, or maybe next turn. The advantage that it's providing is huge. Okay, great. So I'll do that in their upkeep. Now they just have a food machine that I have to worry about. I'll do it now. That's rough. Don't know that you're supposed to play Veil against my deck. I guess they did see 2 of my 3 Abrupt Decays in game 1. I'm dead. Like, I still have Titania caliber draws, so I probably don't concede, but yeah, sure, there's therapy in this deck, but like, not really good. This is going to be one of my last turns to do cool things. I mean, there we go. That's pretty nice. This is why I left those wooded foothills in the graveyard, by the way, instead of loaming them back. So I have 3 5/3 elementals at instant speed. Actually, I can Life from the Loam this turn. I can go like fetch, fetch, Life from the Loam. That's a thing. I can now attack with Dryad Arbor for 1 point of damage. And if they block it, Dryad Arbor dies and turns into a 5/3 elemental. Kind of wonder if they were supposed to exchange control there. I don't know what their the rest of their hand looks like. But if they have a fetch land, exchanging control of that is kind of nutty. Alright, power greater than 3, not toughness. Power Blast is pretty great. Send everything directly at them. Math is for blockers. I think I just send everything face. There's also a world where I leave Oko alive here. And instead save Pyroblast for Uro. Yeah, I wonder if I have to like Pyroblast Uro next turn. Like, otherwise this Uro comes back, gains 3 life, putting my opponent to 11. Is able to tank this. It really sucks to leave them with an Oko, but I don't think I can beat the Uro, and I might be able to beat the Oko. HC Fox, it's okay for there to be more than one egregious card from recent sets. Opponent doesn't appear to have Blast based on how they tapped as well. Or Veil, rather. Cool. Send face, make them chump block, have them take 5. then make 2 more elementals second main phase. Seems fine. Maybe I leave Orcish Lumberjack back. Maybe I also play the Titania pre-combat, actually, because like there's weird worlds where like Dryad Arbor dies. Or no, this is still a Titania, so I do want to attack first. It's a little weird. Sure. I will keep this one. I guess I should have. No, that doesn't work the way I want it to. Send them. No, no thought. Send it in. Ugh, God, I love how Uro makes everything that I'm doing invalid. Like I've made like 25 powers worth of elemental, and it just doesn't matter. I have not. Gonna do this now. If they have it, they have it. I'm gonna lose to that Caracas. Please. To be fair, I time out in game three most of the time if we go to a game three. But like the fact that what I was doing was not strong enough to win that game is absurd and very frustrating. Yep. I mean, but like pile of 2019 2020 cards dot deck is dumb. I lack a payoff card here, but I have a lot of mana on the draw. I think I'll keep that. I don't know if this is actually going to be good or not, but like we're gonna play towards it. Luxus is a good Magic card. I have the impression that it's taking over Historic based on Twitter. Luxus is a goblin of the people. I mean, Goblins has combo kills the same way that Show and Tell has combo kills, but Goblins ends up playing a fair game most of the time. I've played Kroxa a decent number of times on this channel and almost never been impressed. Opponent has no fear of something like Pernicious Deed. Don't think I have any natural order lines this turn, right? Veteran Explorer, sack it with Phyrexian Tower. I have 6 total mana. What about via fetch land? Phyrexian Tower. No, I can't play Phyrexian Tower and fetch land. Get Dryad Arbor. What does that mean about my best lines this turn? Probably just want to get a ramming up excavator into play so that I can like natural order uh Corval. The Archon can't go on creature. You have a billion mana there anyway. The like Light from the Loam ramming up excavator thing is kind of awkward. And I probably like actively don't want to loam because I don't want to give Scavenging Ooze more food. I probably am just like dead to my opponent getting a couple of lands in graveyard and turning all their creatures sideways. I lack access to something like Pernicious Deed, which is really important. Hold up, can you actually save your Scavenging Ooze if I block it? Oh no, it's a 3/3. Whatever elf I block, you just get rid of here. So you're just gonna bounce this. Fetch, turn 1, turn 2, power. So yeah, that would have worked. That would have worked. This is real awkward. I can't really natural order for anything that just wins me the game guaranteed. Okay, natural order for Titania with no target, then play Wooded Foothills and fetch. That gives me a 5/3 elemental plus the Titania sized body. Then afterwards I play Orcish Lumberjack. That's probably the line. Opponent has Caracas main deck, things get dicey. I think opponent has like untap Elvish Reclaimer lines that are like very good against me. Uh, Maybe not anymore. I am like at the mercy of my opponent drawing very poorly. Okay, so Elvish Reclaimer here now grows the other ones into larger threats, which is problematic. That on tap's very good. Just dead to that. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. I'm just dead to the an all-out attack, I think. Or not technically dead, but it's bad. Oh yeah, hold more stuff back. I want to attempt to kill one of those. I want to attempt to kill this. That's the plan. I have to make approximately a bajillion D elementals next turn. I don't really know how I do that. Like I have one elemental showing. Yeah, I block two of these things next turn and am very dead. I will concede there. I don't really have things for this. Like I'll board in a K command, I guess. Teague's awkward, but I probably board it in. Like Teague is shutting off my green suns and my natural orders as well. I think I just trim a little bit. I don't have a big natural order target in the sideboard like Progenitus that would be really nice for a matchup like this one. This deck doesn't really beat combo. Like combo like elves, creature combo. Like, unlike traditional Nick Fit, we don't have things like Pernicious Deed to wipe the board of all of these creatures. So, kind of need to have a really good start. Or I feel dead. Yeah, so Bentley Teague is okay against some combo decks, but like against a creature combo deck, Teague is not going to do a lot. Turn one. Uh, Turn one Orcish Lumberjack. Turn two draw fetch land. Natural order. Oh right, no, hold on. Turn two cast Green Sun for Dryad Arbor. No, sack my land leaves me with three because Dryad Arbor has summoning sickness. Regardless, this is a very fast natural order. Probably keep this hand. There are worlds where I just get Dryad Arbor on turn one off a Green Sun. Because the green creature is important for natural order and it's also mana acceleration. And this hand. The weird one. That's a punish. I wonder what my opponent's thought pattern is for bringing in discard. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just like curious what they're looking to pick apart. Ooh. I think I just play the Lumberjack here. Off maybe Badlands, even though that's not a forest. Like I want black for Cabal Therapy next turn. Yeah. Next turn is sack Taiga, have 3, 4, 5 mana available. That's natural order plus Cabal Therapy, their natural order. Birchlore, Elvish Reclaimer, Wirewood Symbiote. Oh, interesting. Do I play Scavenging Ooze and sacrifice the Scavenging Ooze instead? Leaving Dryad Arbor in play so Dryad Arbor can be sacrificed? Later? No, I probably just want that creature on board. Opponent has a fair game plan going on. Do I want to trade any of my creatures for one of the cards in their hand? Their Wirewood Symbiote have a whole bunch of chump blockers is pretty good. I have Life from the Loam. I can make 2 elementals a turn. Maybe this Scavenging Ooze is not great anymore. I've changed my mind about it. Back with 153 here, I believe. Don't offer a Titania trade. Oh, does his opponent still have Bojuka Bug in? I had anticipated that being boarded out. No, they have Caracas. Okay. I mean, that's also obviously pretty good. Yeah, great. Opponent just top deck to the win. Boo. Things that I'm getting only have 3 toughness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Alright. Show me the hoof and I concede. Yep. Cool. Great. If we're actually playing against Food Chain, I probably can't win this matchup. Just like Elves, it's creature combo that I can't deal with. I think I keep this one and pitch the Lumberjack. This is like a card advantage over time hand, not a combo hand. Historically, a lot of legacy decks were for some reason named after breakfast cereals. This is just a continuation of that trend. So like there was an old combo deck that played a bunch of zero cost creatures that they called Cheerios because they had like zero cost. Okay, so we are playing against Food Chain. I don't think we can win. We're so bad versus the combo portion of their deck. They never draw Food Chain. Yeah, we can probably win, but they're probably gonna have like Oko in their deck as well. So great. After our opponent has Manipulate Fate, they are probably just going to outfare us. Like they effectively have a 9 card hand right now. I have a effective 1 card hand. This is good, but I largely already feel like I've lost this one. I mean, I'm playing on obviously, but like this is a matchup that we're bad at, and our opponent has an ideal Manipulate Fate start. Opponent also seems to have another Icefang Coatl, so I can't really attack with Tireless Tracker. Well, they didn't. They just like straight up attacked with Icefang Coatl when they didn't have another. Old. Either that or they're like going for the long con to try to get me attack with this again. I'd probably ram Tireless Tracker into an Ice Fang here, and then just play Titania. What about Green Sun for Veteran Explorer lines, actually? Veteran Explorer, sack to Cabal Therapy, go back up to 5 mana. Yeah, let's see where this goes. Force pitching a force there. That's fine. That's a Titania that's not getting countered. Oh, Ice Fang didn't have Death Touch last turn. Should have attacked last turn. We're super dead to food chain. I can stop being super dead to food chain by playing Archon. But it feels like I should just play Titania. Like, Titania's multiple bodies is what can win me this game. I think I give them one turn to top deck food chain so that I can make 2 elementals this turn. Shuffle. Luckily, I have a flyer of my own that can block for the next turn cycle. Play fetch land. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8 mana this turn. I can crack a clue in addition to playing Archon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Play. Crack. Wonder if it's better to just get Dryad Arbor for 1 point of damage. And not crack a clue. No, I think cracking the clue is good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And nap. Send them. Like send them. God damn it. I'm really glad that every decision that I made this game was just invalidated by Oko. God, that's really fucking frustrating. So I named Food Chain so that my opponent could not have 5 possible blockers to block everything that I had in the next turn cycle. So I don't regret doing that, but like, man, that's really tilting. Not sure if I'm supposed to Veil or not. Plots seem a little tight to me. I don't think I'm going to Veil. I think I'd rather try to mise some game wins via choke. And I just play Questing Beast this turn. Veteran Explorer, sack it to tower, get Forest, play Questing Beast, crash in. Opponent's gonna have infinite mana next turn anyway. The frustrating thing there is that Fatal Push, if my opponent finds something to get rid of, or no, I guess they can like Fatal Push my Questing Beast after food chaining. Eternal's Courage. Yeah, maybe I just need to Cabal Therapy food chain still. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did I do wrong? Oh, I clicked it. Okay, they have an Eternal's Courage that I didn't leave up here. For now. Oh, right, I'm not counting. I'm counting the food chain still. Okay. That's fine. These are cards. I think I played Choke while I have the opportunity to play Choke. I'm gonna put the Natural Order back on top of the library and pay life for this. So this doesn't take my opponent completely off of mana, but like taking down my opponent 2 mana seems pretty relevant right now. Yep. I guess I needed to Pyroblast Eternal Scourge in response there. In response to the food chain. No, then they still go up anyway. Yeah, they just kill me with Walking Ballista. Cool. Yep. Yeah. Games like that make me want to quit Magic. I'm so incredibly frustrated and tired of playing these games where, like, nothing I do matters because of the high powered level cards that have been printed recently. Like, over and over again this league I ran into Oko, and Oko was like beyond frustrating to play against. Like Oko and Ice Fang Coatl and Uro. Like, we had some fun and interactive games, but like, my god, those last couple of rounds there were just brutal. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day there. Have a great rest of the day, folks. I'm gonna turn you over to Julian.